Welcome to the deep dive. This time, we're really diving into the Meredith Kercher case.
Yeah, it's a big one. A fascinating case, really.
You guys sent in a ton of articles for this one, and I gotta say...
It's a lot to unpack.
It really is. International intrigue, forensic mysteries, the whole 9 yards. This one's got it all.
And what's really wild is how much the media got involved. It's like the coverage itself became part of the case.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like, how can you even separate what really happened from what the public thinks happened? It's almost impossible.
Right. So that's what we're going to look at today. The facts, sure, but also how those facts were spun, and what questions are still hanging around.
Okay, so picture this. 2007, Perugia, Italy. Beautiful little university town, right?
Yeah, charming.
And then this horrible discovery. Meredith Kercher, British student, found murdered in her apartment.
It's the kind of thing that just grabs you. The brutality of it really sent shockwaves through the media.
And of course, the investigation zeroed in on her roommates, Amanda Knox, this American student, and her boyfriend, Raffaele Sollecito.
And that's where things get, messy. Because Amanda Knox almost instantly became Foxy Knoxy.
Ugh, yeah, that whole thing.
The media just went wild with it. Headlines about her being promiscuous, about how she acted in court, even what she was wearing.
It's insane. Like, none of that has anything to do with the actual evidence.
Exactly. But that's how these things go.
Yeah.
The narrative becomes more important than the truth.
So you've got this media frenzy building, and then there's another twist. They find DNA evidence at the crime scene, but it's not from Amanda or Raffaele. It's from this guy, Rudy Guade.
And this is crucial. See, Rudy Guade had this history breaking into places around Perugia.
So he's already on their radar.
Right. And his DNA, it's there, no question. He's convicted. But it's like, hold on, they don't think he acted alone.
So now they're saying Amanda and Raffaele might have been involved too.
That's the theory. But it's where things get murky.
Because then we get to the other forensic evidence. DNA on a kitchen knife, DNA on a bra clasp, and they're saying it links Amanda and Raffaele to the crime scene.
But here's the catch. How that evidence was handled. Big question marks.
You mean like they messed up the DNA collection?
Potentially. Big time. Some major legal experts and forensic scientists, they started waving red flags, saying the procedures were sloppy, that the DNA evidence could be contaminated.
So now it's like, can we even trust this evidence?
That's what makes this case so fascinating, right? You have this brutal crime, conflicting stories, and then doubt about the very evidence they're using to build a case.
Talk about a nightmare for the lawyers.
Oh, absolutely. And it doesn't help that the Italian legal system is different. Like, they have this double jeopardy thing.
Double jeopardy? What's that?
Basically, even if you're found not guilty, the prosecution can appeal, and you can be put on trial again for the same crime.
Seriously? You're kidding. You mean you can be found innocent and they can just try again?
Pretty much. And guess what? That's exactly what happened to Amanda and Raffaele. Convicted, acquitted, convicted again while they weren't even there. And then finally, the highest court in Italy acquits them in 2015.
It's like a legal roller coaster. All those years, back and forth, with the media breathing down their necks the whole time. I can't imagine the toll that takes on a person, even if they are innocent.
It really makes you wonder, was Amanda Knox a victim of a completely messed up investigation, blown way out of proportion by the media? Or was she really good at playing everyone?
It's impossible to say for sure.
Right. And that brings us back to Rudy Guade. If the case against Amanda and Raffaele was so shaky, maybe he did act alone. Or maybe there were other people involved, people we don't even know about.
So many unanswered questions.
And that's the thing about the Meredith Kercher case. Even though it's not an active investigation anymore, it still feels open, Like, we may never really know the full truth.
It's almost scary, the idea that we might never have a definitive answer, even after all the investigations, all the trials, all the media coverage.
It's a good reminder, though. A reminder to be careful about how we consume these true crime stories, especially when they get big in the media.
Like, don't just blindly trust everything you read.
Exactly. We have to think critically, ask ourselves, whose story is this helping? What biases might be at play here?
Yeah.
The Meredith Kercher case, even all these years later, it's a perfect example of how powerful perception can be and how some questions just never get fully answered.
That's for sure.